Bonjour tout le monde and welcome to Musings of a Fox. This week's video is a very stripped down video. Obviously I am wearing no makeup, and that's because with everything going on in the world, whether it's, the whole world or even our personal lives, one of the chief things to remember is self-care. So this week's video is how I practice a little bit of self-care, and that's in my skincare routine. So this is actually my nightly ritual, especially when I've had a really hard day. This is everything I do to treat myself and to treat my skin. So obviously I'm not wearing any makeup. That's because I just got out of the shower because I really needed to wash the day off. If I was doing these steps and I was wearing makeup, what I would start off with is a MAC wipe. Everyone knows MAC wipes. I'm obsessed with the scent. I've been using these for a decade and I love them, and they're the only thing that really gets all my makeup off. If for some reason I don't feel quite clean enough, I will go in after that with a Bioderma Micellar water and just make sure everything is really off, because I have very sensitive eyes. So sometimes the mascara is dislodged with the MAC wipe, but it ends up going everywhere in my eyes, and this is the only thing that's really good and sensitive on my eyes and doesn't cause irritation. So after I have all my makeup off, it's time for my cleanser. And what I like to use as a cleanser is my Lush Ultrabland. I kind of have a two-step cleanser routine, which I'm going to show you now, which is where I first put on Ultrabland, and while I'm still wearing the Ultrabland, I top it off with Ocean Salt. So let me just slather this stuff on my face for you. So I just stick my fingers in, and then so I'm having to use the viewfinder for this, guys, because I don't have a mirror on my desk right now for my skincare routine. I usually do this in the bathroom. So I really slather this stuff on. These jars last forever. This is, I think, their bigger jar, but even the small one. I know people who actually use this as their makeup remover by itself. They slather this on their eyes and then use a cotton pad or even a hot moist damp towel to get this off. I'm going to use a towel after I do the other steps, but for some people this is just enough. I have really tough problematic skin, and so I need a little more than just Ultrabland. So I have been super stressed out lately from lots of personal life and global issues, so my skin is having a rougher time, and as I said, I do a two-step cleanser. So after I have put on the Ultrabland, I love to go in with Ocean Salt. This is the self-preserving version. There's two versions. This one I believe is described as a little more natural than the other one, because it preserves itself. You can see around the edges it is actually blue and green and yellow. If you get the non-self-preserving version, you get this like crust of blue sea salt that's really cool that you don't get in this one. This one is a swirled version. They both smell absolutely fantastic. So I take a huge chunk because I got a big moon face and I kind of put it all over. Again, I usually do this in the bathroom, so it's a little messy to do at my filming spot, but that's what we're doing. This is what we're doing for you guys. So I rub the sea salt scrub around, and that kind of helps to dislodge like the barrier that Ultrabland gives with the honey and wax. It kind of breaks up that barrier and gives a good scrubbing. For more sensitive skin, I know a lot of Lush people say only do this once or twice a week. I have really tough skin. My skin is in some way sensitive to irritants in a way, but not to this kind of stuff. Like, I don't have skin that dries out from using too many salicylic acids or retinols. I don't get skin that gets roughed up and irritated by this. It's irritated more by certain chemicals, or just I have dermatographia, which means if you scratch my skin, I have an overproduction of histamines, and so the slightest scratch is like Armageddon. But for some reason my face isn't scared of rough sea salt. And then the two melt together really nicely, and I just feel really clean. There's no trace of makeup or anything on my skin after I do these steps. And then what I do typically is I wash my face. I don't have a sink here, so I'm gonna use a damp towel to get this all off. So now that we have this delicious look going on, it's time to take it off, which is kind of my favorite part. The other thing is when you do this in a bathroom with water, the water obviously starts to break down and melt the salt, so it kind of helps just give a little more extra exfoliation and also just really cleanse it. I actually, for this part, am going to grab a mirror so I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to use my giant bronzer mirror to help me wash my face. Something like that. So yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, self. That looks so good. Oh, but it feels so good to take it off. But you'll see, yeah, my cheeks get really red when just anything is on them. Everything makes them freak out. Ignore their panic. Okay. So with the Ultrabland and the Ocean Salt off, my skin feels so soft and so good. It just feels wonderful. But as I said, I have extra breakouts and I've been really stressed. So that's when I like to do a mask. You're actually supposed to do your mask after you've cleansed your skin and gotten all the crap off. The mask of my choosing for this video is another Lush product, which is Don't Look at Me. How do you resist a mask that says don't look at me? I love it because it's bright blue. It has a similar scent to Ocean Salt. Two of my other favorite masks are the GlamGlow Super Mud. Yes, I know it's chunky and it feels like a super waste of product. I totally understand, but nothing leaves my skin as clear and as soft as that mask does. It's really pricey. I happened to pick it up in France for $30 cheaper than it's sold in the US. Even with conversion, that makes no sense. So I've been like very carefully letting myself use it so I don't run out too fast because I'm not going back to France soon enough to refill on that. The other mask I really love is the Umbrian Clay Mask from Fresh. This is by far the cheapest of the masks of my choosing, which is why I'm featuring it in this video, and it's just really fun and I love it. And obviously, as you can see from the like card for this video, it is just a silly looking mask and probably why it says don't look at me, which makes me have to then put my face on the internet in it. So yeah, okay, let's do that. Just glop it on. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, let's get it in our hair. Yeah, the hair wants the mask too. So you layer this one on thickly and leave it on for about 15 minutes. I wonder if I like this because I don't know about any of you guys, but do you like feel pretty in your mask? Because I actually feel like when I have a face mask on, maybe it's like the colors of the face masks I choose, but I actually feel like beautiful in my masks. Maybe it's like I'm wearing a bright blue mask and my eyes are blue and it really makes them pop. But it's like there are times where I like want to take a selfie in my mask because I actually feel really pretty. Which I think is a feat for any mask maker. And then we sit for 15 minutes. Obviously, through the magic of YouTube, you don't have to sit through the 15 minutes. I do. So, I'll see you in 15. Okay, mask off. Face so soft. These masks are especially great in the summer when it's really hot because it's just nice, cool, and refreshing. And you know, if your skin routine doesn't really go farther than like a cleanser and a mask, you can use cold water to, you know, wash it off and then close up your pores so nothing will, you know, they're not wide open for more stuff. I still have more products that I'm going to put on my face, so I used hot water to get the mask off so my pores are still open and ready to receive good nutrients and serums and oils and things to help work on clearing up my skin and helping with other dry patches I have. So let's get into the slathering. So as I've said several times, I'm having some trouble with some breakouts. So what I've been using is Paula's Choice Clear Anti-Redness Exfoliating Solution. It's a 2% salicylic acid. It's been really helping with these bad breakouts. I don't typically get all over the place whitehead kind of breakouts. I get these big, gigantic, honking, make me feel like crap about myself blemishes, and then I have these really weird, stubborn, kind of constant bumps on my chin. They're never blackheads, they're not whiteheads, they can be extracted. I really try not to do that to my own skin. I'm just trying to find chemical and natural ways to get them to just shrink up by themselves, and so far the salicylic acid is really helping. But if you have any recommendations for stubborn non-whitehead blackhead acne that are just these bumps, they're also not milia. I get a lot of milia around my eyes, but these are not those. They're just kind of inert pimples, I guess. If you have stubborn weird bumps on your face and you've gotten rid of them, please give me recommendations down below. For this step, I just simply take a cotton pad and get it nice and soaked in the acid, and then press it where I really have the bad stubborn pimples. I try not to put this all over just because salicylic acid can be drying, and I have really weird skin where my nose and my chin are very oily, but my cheeks and my forehead are very dry. So I only put this where I'm having problems, which is mostly my chin area as of late. Once this is a little bit dried down, I go on my nose with what's left, and then I kind of finish up on the breakouts I've been having around the crown. This stuff really has worked. This one came up about 2 days ago, and it's already shrunk by 2/3, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't look as gross. It just looks like a red blemish versus the horrific monster it was a few days ago. So definitely salicylic acid in your facial regimen. Highly recommend. After that step, there's 2 oils I use, not at the same time. It depends upon how my skin is feeling. If I'm having clear skin, I go in with Fresh's Seaberry Moisturizing Face Oil. This was a huge part of my regimen before my wedding last year. It made my skin feel beautiful and soft and glowy, and I really do love it. But because my skin's been more stressed out, I have been using... Where'd you go? Excuse me. I have been using the Luna Sleeping Night Oil to help my skin just purge it out. I'm not scared of my skin purging itself and getting all the crap out. That's totally fine. Just get it out. That's what I've been hoping will work with my chin stuff, is like bringing it all to a head. I can handle a week or 2 of really nasty blemishy skin, as long as that means on the other side it'll be clear. So this is the Luna Sleeping Night Oil from Sunday Riley. I will say I'm not totally fond of the smell of the Luna or the Good Genes, but they really work for me, so I'm willing to kind of put up with the kind of smell. Luna is a very, it's so weird. Under my lights, it's looking like the UFO stuff that's green, but this is a very midnight blue product. It's just so funny. It's coming out green under my lights, but it's blue, I swear. So I rub this all over. I don't know if the smell, it's like, I think it's the fragrance is whatever the blue product is, but it's not my favorite smell. I don't really know how to describe it. Maybe like a really strong incense shop. Yep, doesn't turn me blue. Not part of the Blue Man group. A lot of blue products in my life. But yeah, so the oil I feel really helps. It really regenerates my skin. I see the turnover, but it doesn't affect things like my freckles. There are a lot of skin... The cat's made an appearance. There's a lot of products that I feel that like regenerate your skin that actually target pigmentation, and I love my freckles. I love them to death. So I don't want to use any product that's going to affect the brightness or the darkness of my freckles. So I found that Luna doesn't... That's my hubby trying to quiet the kitty's meows. So I found that it is regenerative, and I see turnover, I see pimples come to a head and clear up, but they don't affect my pigmentation of my freckles. It doesn't affect my tan, it doesn't affect anything like that. It really is just about the surface level, and I'm really appreciative of that. So after the Luna Night Oil, I go in with Good Genes. I will tell you right now, I friggin' hate the smell of Good Genes. It smells like Elmer's glue in like a terrible, terrible way. I don't know if maybe like that's the lactic acid, because if any of you saw my second, what was it, my July Ipsy, the Tarte cleanser that came in my bag smelled like Elmer's glue. This smells like a dash of lemon juice in Elmer's glue. Oh, my kitty. Which is not a ringing endorsement, but this stuff really just makes my lines plump up, my skin just look young and fresh. But yeah, the smell is gross for a second, but the next product I'm about to put on totally washes away any other smells. All I can smell is this. It smells amazing, and it's also, I think, the most expensive product I use. Try things like Drunk Elephant. Drunk Elephant to me smells like blood. Just like, or you like have a mouthful of pennies. I can't handle that smell. And it's not an inexpensive product in any means. So it's kind of like, why are you making me spend a lot of money to use a horrible smelling product? So I will spend $118 on this Algenist serum that smells like caramel. It is one of the best smelling face things. I think their whole range kind of smells like it. This is the only one I have that I bought full size. I've had a sample of their anti-aging cream that also smells delicious, but this is the kind of stuff that when I crawl into bed at night, my husband, you know, snuggles into me, he goes, "Oh my God, you're wearing that face stuff," because it smells so good. And again, it's one of those things where I know I'm using a luxury product, and the fact that I've treated myself to such a thing makes me enjoy taking care of myself. So this bottle has lasted me since 2016. Now, I will be honest, I don't do this entire face routine every single night. That's really intense for your skin, but I do use this about 4 times a week, and it has lasted me. I also only do 1 pump. That's it for my whole face, and I don't use any more than that, and it has lasted. Oh my God, it just smells like fresh sea salt caramel from Monterey, and it's just so good. But yeah, even with my giant face, 1 pump is all I need. Oh, it smells so good. It's worth it. I have, like I said, I've tried other vitamin C's. I've tried cutting vitamin C out of my regimen, and my skin lost its glow, lost its brightness. My skin really responds well to the vitamin C. Since investing in a skin regimen, not just like investing in high-end products, investing in taking care of my skin, I have never felt more at home and more beautiful in my natural face than I do having started this self-care routine. It started about 2 years ago when I first got my first Lush products, when I first started using Ultrabland and Ocean Salt. That was the beginning of my routine. I didn't really know anything else. I think I also used Angels on Bare Skin as well. And I started just really taking care of myself, and my skin responded, my body responded, and my self-confidence and just self-love really blossomed. I used to be one of those girls when I first dated my husband 10 years ago. I was the girl who would crawl out of bed and brush her teeth and kind of, you know, brush her hair, put on a little bit of concealer, a little bit of lip balm, so I looked beautiful when he woke up. That's ridiculous and absurd. He was in love with me, not who he thought I looked like first thing in the morning. And I was also the kind of girl who wouldn't leave the house without makeup on. And as I started to invest in making the natural me feel beautiful and feel appreciated, I have found a total change in myself. I've just felt that when I started investing in taking the time for myself, at least a few times a week, I just feel more naturally beautiful. I just appreciate myself more, and that is worth everything to me. Okay. Last step-ish. So after all those products, it's time for a thick night moisturizer to seal it all in. I have 2, kind of. There is one that is my tried and true, tested, beloved, which is the Energie de Nuit from Lancome. Energy of Life Night Mask from Lancome. They had originally released this product in a very different, much more vintage style jar, and it was, I think, 1/3 the product. Then they re-released it, reformulated a little bit, so now it's about $55, $60 for, I think, 2.6 ounces, and it comes in a beautiful heavy glass jar. And obviously I love this product. This is my second jar. The only thing that I'm upset about with the reformulation, I love that they've nearly tripled the amount of product you get, but they did take out the salicylic acid, which is one of the things why I fell in love with this product first, because it really cleared up my skin. Again, I have the Paula's Choice that I now use, so I'm not missing that, but it does kind of suck to have to use 2 products with one used to do, but I love getting way more product for my buck. The other thing I love about this mask is it smells incredible. I guess with this line, it's exclusive to Sephora. I guess a lot of people don't like this line. It's very herbally and a very Eastern medicine kind of herbal. It just smells like relaxation and meditation and serenity, and it's fantastic. It a little bit goes a very long way. I've had this jar for about a year as well, and maybe I'm only halfway through it. You can see that there's a lot more on the edges. I just kind of dig into the center. Really, a dab, maybe 2 covers your whole face, so it's a very worthwhile investment. What I've been using lately that I'm really intrigued about and contemplating buying the full size is a new product from GlamGlow. You guys know that I am a huge fan of not only the the Super Mud, but also the Glow Starter. I have Nude Glow. I used it on my wedding day. It is essential to my makeup routine. It smells friggin' fantastic. It smells like creamsicles. I use a lot of things that make me want to eat them, but I don't. And I take pride in the fact that I don't eat them. So along the lines of that same amazing smell is the new GlamGlow DreamDuo. I only have a sample right now that I got from Sephora, and it's a 2-parter. So it comes in a split jar. Right, this is called the Dream Serum, which is the pink pearl side. And then the second step is the Dream Seal. So we're going to start with the Dream Serum, and they both smell like the creamsicle smell of the Glow Starter. I try to only take about that much, and I start on forehead, my cheeks, finish off on my chin. It smells so good. This has also been very helpful in clearing up my skin as well and keeping it hydrated. So I'm trying to work on my under eyes, get so dry that when I put on concealer, no matter how much oils I put on, it doesn't quite feel enough, and I get those cakey, crepey under eyes. So I'm working hard to hydrate my skin in that area. After the serum has in and it has dried down, it dries down very quickly. You have to move quick because my skin will soak it all up. Then is the Dream Seal. Now this is a very thick moisturizer. It also weirds me out because it is gray. So again, forehead, cheek, and chin. Yep, just that delicious creamsicle smell. And this is just a very thick night moisturizer. I try not to rub it in too much, because with night moisturizers you don't want to rub them away. And rubbing away kind of means it's absorbing into your hand, and you want them to just sit. I hope you guys like this video. I know it's a ton of products, but I really feel that everyone is worth the investment of the time to take care of themselves. You know, we all have all these stressors in our lives, and we have to remember to take care of ourselves first. I'm definitely one of those people who has a hard time putting myself first, but you know, these moments of my evenings, you know, it's not every day, just a few times a week, to just focus on me, to breathe, to pamper myself, put me in an amazing mental state, kind of boost my physical state, and leave me raring and ready to go to keep fighting the good fight. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below what your favorite skincare items are, and also what you'd like to see on this channel. See you guys next time. Bye!